Well, it's a gorgeous evening. Am I shooting landscapes? No, not tonight. I'm out shooting a supermarket. So the light's been absolutely gorgeous when I've been driving down. It's disappearing a bit into haze at the moment, but I'm thinking on the way down, should I have gone to a landscape location? But no, I've come to one of my least favourite locations, as in it's a busy car park, it's a supermarket. Yeah, not the most comfortable place to shoot with a big camera. So I'm shooting with the 6x17 tonight, film camera. You must be thinking, why on earth is he shooting the supermarket? He must have lost his marbles. Maybe I have, but this isn't just any old supermarket. I shall reveal what it's like in a bit. So yes, I'm in a supermarket car park. Not my natural environment, but I shall spin you round and give you a glimpse of what I'm trying to shoot tonight, and to stop you questioning why I'm shooting a supermarket. Is this a standard supermarket? Not quite. This is what I'm shooting tonight. These lovely white sails above the supermarket. Now, in about 20 minutes or so, all these sails will be underlit by some mixed lighting. So I'm kind of cropping out all this down here. All these cars, don't want any of that in it. So I'm just concentrating on literally these sails. Now I could have gone for a straight on shot from way back over the other side of the car park, but one, don't really want to include any cars in the shot, or a minimal amount of cars that I can. Two, it's kind of just doesn't work, there's too many lights in the car park as well. And three, I think it's a bit dull. So I'm going to completely throw out the spirit levels tonight and go for a quirky angle and try and get these sails in. I'm shooting with a 90mm and I'm struggling at the moment. I have scouted this place a few times and I've shot this place before many times, but not with a panoramic camera. So I've got a couple of compositions. I tried one over there just now, that wasn't working, so I've come further back. The only thing is there is a street light to my left hand side, but at the moment it's not on, which is good, so I'm hoping that stays off. But we're about 5-10 minutes away from sunset, so I reckon another 10-20 minutes before I start to shoot. I've been struggling to get a composition here tonight, so I've swapped from 90mm back to 135mm, back to 90mm, back to 135mm. There's a lot of distracting elements in this scene, including lampposts and things that I don't really want sticking in the scene. There's a tree overhanging me above, so the 90mm was getting that clipped into the edge. So I've swapped back to the 135. I've got a very quirky composition, but I love this composition. It's almost like shark's teeth. I'm waiting still for the lights to to pop and underlight all these canopies, but it should look quite nice. So I'm shooting Kodak Portra 400 tonight. Now the idea is it's going to give me a little bit of extra speed for starters, which is good. I don't want extra long exposures really, it's a little bit windy tonight, and I just think too long an exposure might bleed out some of the highlights in the scene. So I think by using a 400 speed film should give me a little bit more of a safety zone, I think. I'm shooting at f32. I really could do with the ability to swing the camera, because the scene is basically banked up on the left and trailing off to the right, so it's almost like a disappearing line going off into the frame. But obviously this right hand side of the shot is closer to the film plane than the end of the shot, so I'm having to rely on a smaller aperture and focus in just on this first canopy basically. And I've checked with my depth of field preview on this lens on the 135, and I've found that f32's given me sharpness right through, so it should be okay. And we're already way into reciprocity territory. I'm getting an 8-second base reading at the moment, which is giving me, let's have a look for reciprocity. 8 seconds is giving me 15 seconds. Still waiting for some of the lights to come on these nearer canopies, which they aren't doing at the moment. Well, I don't think this canopy light's going to come on, so I'm going to shoot the first frame at 15 seconds. This is the fun bit. Winding the film on in the dark, where you've got this little tiny red window to see the frame numbers. There we go. The lack of swing movement wasn't an issue in the end, although I did have to stop down to f32 to get sharpness from the sails from the right hand side right through to the left hand side. So obviously this resulted in a long exposure, but the film itself, Portra, it's doing what I've come to expect. It's giving me some nice colours. The sharpness of this film as well, even though this is a 400 speed, is great. And overall coloration wise, it was fine. Very little work to do on the scan. Yeah, this light isn't coming on this canopy, and time is racing away, which is a bit of a shame, but I've got part of it cropped out on this shot, so I'm thinking I might meter off one of the middle canopies and try that first. Please, I don't want headlights now blaring in. Somebody's just reversing. They're not in the frame, but God, that was lucky. Well, unfortunately, it wasn't that lucky. I did get a bit of flare on this second frame, which kind of ruined the shot. I've just metered off the underside of this closest canopy, which isn't lit. So it's given me a minute exposure. Well, that might be way too long for the bright points in the scene, but we shall see. This is the third frame. No, headlights. No, that's not good. Not good indeed. Another frame ready for the bin. I've metered off a highlight area, which isn't bright highlight, but it's brighter than the rest of the scene. It's still giving me with reciprocity timed in as well, that's going to be 8 seconds. So this is my last frame. So we shall see. I haven't been bothered by any security guards. I'm just hoping I can get out of this car park because they do shut the gates when it closes. But it's not closed yet, it's another 10 minutes. Excellent. It was worth waiting for that prime time, normally around 25 minutes after sunset, where you get that nice balance between artificial and natural light. And I'm glad I stuck around. It gives it a better colour rendition, much more deeper saturated colours. Also, I was glad that the lights came on a bit more, gave a bit more detail underneath the canopy. I was worried about this canopy on the right hand side, that it might fall into too much shadow. But thankfully, I think it's picked up some ambient and artificial light, which has kind of balanced everything up.
The sky is so blue.
Okay, it's good to get out of your comfort zone sometimes. That was quite a challenge tonight, compositionally more than anything, but we shall see if those come out. There's one exposed roll of Portra 400. So I'm going to drop this off to the lab on my way home. And then I'm going to trundle back home myself. So, thanks for watching this one. And thankfully it wasn't too bad. Not too many people wandering around and not too many cars, which is good. Well, I hope you can join me on the next one. Thanks for watching and see you next time.